Hey guys, what is up? Phoenix here, and I'm back again, jumping into Tarkov. First and foremost today, I will be kind of making an announcement that I'm getting back into streaming semi-regularly. So the first stream I'll be doing will be on the 30th of November at 11 AM GMT time. I will include a link in the description below to a time zone converter in case anyone wants to, convert the time zone. If you're in Australia, that works out to about between 9 to 10 o'clock at night. Depending on whether you're East Coast, Central, or if you're in Perth, well, fuck yeah, you've got weird time anyway. Anyway, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping into them. We're going to be having a look at one of the features that was added with the hideout, the shooting range. Now, I've only just kind of gotten around to unlocking the bloody thing. It does take a little bit of effort. You need to have illumination level 2, which isn't the worst thing to get. You also need to have a bunch of bolts and nuts and tape and all that to unlock it. I'm not going to go too in depth. I will kind of have an overlay of the requirements you need, but I've got some thoughts. It's a good feature. I just don't think it's been implemented fantastically. So let's go over and let's have a look at the thing. First off, let's actually make sure we've got a gun, which we do. This works out pretty well then. So you go over, hit try weapon. Sometimes it brings out your gun, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, just hit your corresponding hotkey 2, 3, 1, whatever you're doing, whatever you're testing out. So you have 3 targets kind of in varying close range mostly. You've got your paper, the metal, and you've got 3 at the back, all paper. Now this thing is at the most 50 meters. Like it's not a long range testing facility. So for things like your rifles, your RSS, your SV98, even the FAL, it's not good. Like it doesn't allow you to really test out the range of anything. It also doesn't really do much. Okay, pretty accurate. Definitely shot the bloody metal thing there. Like that's all it really allows you to do is just test out the recoil of your guns. Like effectively, that's it. It doesn't use ammunition, which is good, but it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't allow you to get a feel for the way they handle in actual combat. It doesn't allow you to test out their range. That's really it. So it's cool to have. It'd be nice if you're able to screw around with it in between raids. While you were loading into a raid, that'd be nice. But as it stands, that's really it. It doesn't actually serve too much of a purpose. However, the best alternative, and this is kind of what makes the shooting range just so worthless, is offline raids. So, and you can do this on every map but labs, I believe. You can do this on woods, factory, custom, shoreline, everything you want. But we're going to do it on factory. You can do offline raids, and you've always been able to do offline raids, or at least for a very long time. However, what's semi-new, and I say this as someone who hasn't played in a year, so it was probably around about a year ago, is you can change the difficulty. Right? This and the fact that you can change the amount are 2 very, very useful features. So you can either play as online, or what we're going to do is we're going to jump in, chuck them on easy, chuck them on horde mode, and just see what happens. Because it does allow you to actually feel for the way the gun handles and allows you to see how it works in a combat environment, which is something that the shooting range doesn't do. You can also test it on the actual map that you're going to be running with. So factory is the best. It's small. You're going to run into scavs relatively frequently, especially on horde mode. So this bit here, all of 1 done in post, and 2 I've sped it up just a bit so you don't have to watch the whole raid. So a few things that I kind of want to point out as we go through it is, it's an incredibly useful tool to be able to use the offline mode. It's far more useful than shooting ranges in its current form. Not only does it allow you to jump in and use guns and use different types of ammunition and see how much damage they do, the penetration, it allows you to test out meds, grenades, armor, just general kit that you'd use in a raid. If you can use it in a normal raid, you can use it in an offline raid. And you can test it out the same as you would any other way. You just don't have to worry about losing it, which is, it is what it is. But, by far another incredibly useful tool that, shooting range just doesn't offer is that, if you haven't played in a couple of days, which I will go days without playing, jumping into an offline raid allows you to kind of work yourself back up, you know, get a feel for the game and just see how things are going and warm up before jumping into an actual PMC raid or a scav raid or, you know, whatever. So we definitely kind of got our ass handed to us, but you know, one of the major key benefits of being able to test out in offline mode, which is the exact same as using the shooting range, is that once we load back into the menu, I haven't lost any of my stuff. I haven't used any of my ammunition because nothing done in offline mode actually carries through. So I feel like if the shooting range could implement, you know, something similar to the way that offline mode works, it'd be fantastic. It'd be a great way to test out weapons, their damage, their, you know, recoil and all of that stuff. But as it stands, it's not that useful, and it's not even really worth the pain in the ass that it is to actually, you know, get everything together. But if you're going for completion, you just want to deck out your hideout, then, you know, fantastic, go for it. But as someone who, you know, kind of put some effort into making sure I got all the bolts and the tape and shit, it was a complete waste of time when you've got offline mode. Anyway guys, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, hope you found something useful, and I'll see you guys next time.